Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down some pretty complex topics into explainers that are, actually clear and engaging. So, if you're even remotely looking at a career in tech, you've seen these titles everywhere, right? They all sound super impressive, promise cutting-edge work, but what is the real difference between them?
And let's be honest, it's really confusing because the job descriptions themselves seem to blur the lines. They all throw around the same exact buzzwords: Python, LLMs, or, large language models, MLOps, big data. It makes it almost impossible to tell one from the other.
And we're not talking about some small corner of the tech world here. This field is absolutely exploding. Some reports are showing growth for these roles as high as 143% year over year. That's just wild. So with that kind of growth, getting clarity isn't just interesting, it's actually crucial for your career.
Okay, so let's try to cut through all that noise. We're going to use a simple analogy that I think makes this all click: a busy, high-end restaurant kitchen. From the outside, when you're sitting in the dining room, it's just the kitchen. But when you go behind the scenes, you realize it's three very, very different jobs.
So our first stop is the prep station. This is where everything begins. Raw ingredients are being carefully chosen, cleaned, and combined. It's where the whole plan for the menu gets created, all based on what's fresh and what's going to be amazing.
The data scientist is basically a master of discovery. They're the ones digging into all this messy, raw data to find patterns, run experiments, and answer those really big business questions, like, hey, why are our users leaving? Or which customers are going to buy our new product? So their day is this really fascinating mix of coding, some deep statistical analysis, and, this is the important part, communication. They don't just find the insights, they have to be able to tell a compelling story with that data that helps the whole company make smarter moves.
And that direct strategic impact, that's exactly why the role is so highly valued. You're looking at a median mid-career compensation around $172,000 in the US. It's pretty clear that companies really depend on them to help steer the ship.
Okay, now let's move over to the grill line. Here, the heat is on, orders are flying in, and the focus completely shifts. It's not about creating new recipes anymore. It's all about flawless, consistent execution when the pressure is on. The machine learning engineer is the bridge between a brilliant idea and a working reality. They take the models that data scientists cook up and they engineer them into these robust, production-ready systems that can handle thousands of requests a second without even breaking a sweat. And this really highlights the different kinds of stress each role deals with. For a data scientist, the pressure is having to defend their analysis in front of leadership. For the ML engineer, it's that pager going off in the middle of the night because a critical system is down. Two totally different kinds of fire drills. Their entire world revolves around automation, infrastructure, and ML ops, all the plumbing that keeps the AI system stable, efficient, and not crazy expensive. They are the guardians of uptime and performance, period.
And their compensation? Well, it reflects that critical responsibility. I mean, when your company's revenue literally depends on an AI-powered recommendation engine, the person who keeps that thing online is pretty indispensable.
And that brings us to our final stop, the pass. You know, that window where the final dish is assembled, garnished, and presented perfectly right before it goes out to the customer. This spot is all about presentation and that final experience. The AI engineer is the ultimate builder. They take these incredibly powerful models, especially the huge ones, and they wire them directly into the products and features that you and I interact with every single day. We're talking chatbots, copilots, smart search, all that stuff. They work in these really rapid cycles, working super closely with product managers and designers. Their job is to take that raw AI power and just shape it into an experience that feels intuitive, helpful, and, maybe even a little bit magical. And let me tell you, this role is on fire right now. I mean, every company is racing to launch these visible, user-facing AI features that can give them an edge, and these are the people who make it happen. So, after our little tour of the kitchen, from the prep station to the grill line all the way to the pass, how do you decide which station is the right fit for you? This table, I think, illustrates the key differences perfectly. It's not just about the tools they use, it's about their fundamental goals, the people they talk to every day, and the unique kind of pressure they face. It all comes down to what keeps them up at night. So ask yourself this: do you love the thrill of discovery, of finding that hidden pattern in the noise and actually influencing companies' strategy with data? If that sounds like you, then the data scientist prep station might be your calling.
Or maybe you get this deep satisfaction from building these robust, automated systems that just work. The kind of quiet, essential infrastructure that powers everything behind the scenes. If so, you probably belong on the ML engineer's grill line.
And finally, if you get really excited by shipping features that people can actually see and touch and interact with, and you love that fast-paced world of product development, then yeah, you should seriously consider the AI Engineer's Pass.
Ultimately, the best role for you isn't about the title on the job description. It's about finding the day-to-day work that really energizes you. The question isn't which job is better, it's which kind of dinner rush do you actually want to show up for, night after night.